I believe it's difficult to approach the critical challenges of our planet, such as sustainable environment, social equality, and animal protection, when you're barely surviving yourself. The global issue that occupies me the most is poverty. Besides the obvious struggle of surviving, I believe that poverty generates further negative effects within society: corruption, extremism, discrimination, crime, war. Sadly, today poverty is only increasing. Our current capitalistic mentality and company structures promotes the growing wealth inequality worldwide. It keeps the poverty cycle spinning by keeping majority of the profits at the top management of the supply chain. Hence, the employees in the bottom chains earn insufficient salaries, which makes them unable to support their families and sending their children to school. Who we as consumers support with our money or purchases has a direct influence on the world and its inhabitants. Our purchases directly funds companies that determine the working conditions and salaries of real people, together with the environmental footprint and so much more. By funding the right companies, we can create better living conditions for real human beings, improve our environment, and create exactly the changes we want to see in the world. And I want to see no poverty. I believe a good place to change the world is to start voting by conscious consumerism. A business that I find very interesting and a leading example of how I believe we could approach our challenge of poverty is the Danish company Social Foodies. The principle is that social improvement and profits needs to be united to have a long-lasting impact. This is exactly how I believe companies should take responsibility for the world's changes. This company has built a business structure that creates positive impact. They have 7 stores around Denmark where they sell consumable produce mainly from Africa. Their primary product is chocolate of various kind, which is made on their own chocolate factory located in South Africa. On this factory, Africans have been educated in working as chocolatiers and other positions needed to run the factory. They earn salaries substantial to provide for their families and sending their children to school. In their stores, they also produce ice cream, sell nuts and other colonial goods supplied from local African farmers, with whom they work closely to educate in organic farming and develop higher quality produce. This is with the goal to improve the economic perspective of all parts involved. A pattern within myself I would really like to improve is the prioritizing of sharpening my own saw. I'm in a bit of a habit of finding myself frustrated and in a constant blame of not doing well enough. To be able to do the things I really desire in my life, I need to have a sharp saw, meaning that I need to attend to both my mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual self. I believe that I do attend to my emotional health by spending time with the people that I love and by being present in whatever I do. I'm aware of my feelings and I seek support from others when I need to. I also tend to my spiritual self by continuously confronting myself with new world perspectives and by working on my inner strength to align my beliefs with my actions. I do not have good habits in my life of building a strong base of both physical and mental health. I often down prioritize exercise, resting, and sufficient nutrition. I struggle with planning how to have time to do everything that I want to do. I prioritize my work, my projects, and seeing my loved ones, but I don't prioritize spending time organizing and planning my life so that I can work on myself as well. This really gives me the feeling of not being on top of my life and that I'm running behind all the time. I often feel very drained of energy. The way I want to tackle this is by mapping down what I need to do for myself to be fully charged and to be a sharp saw. When and how much I need to exercise,
how to improve my diet, and how to create schedules for myself. Then I want to create a strategy and a plan of how to be sure that I execute all these elements. For example, by restructuring my time and continuously making new priorities.